Ladies and gentlemen, Jason Shearan is the storm that is approaching. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the channel. Enjoy the content and have an awesome day. Darmok the Destroyer, born Darmok Andrew Gigonado Sr., was the ruler of the Gigonado Empire, who ruled with an iron claw. He was the youngest of 3 children to parents Andrew Damian Gigonado and Queen Ludmilla. His 2 siblings were a brother named Philip Michael Gigonado and a sister named Bedelia Andrea Gigonado. During his early years, Darmok, who was nicknamed Andrew at the time, would often play with his 2 siblings, and they had an inseparable bond. One tragic day, however, an evil being called Moros attacked the Giganoto family and wiped out the entire family except for Darmok, who escaped. Now being the last Gigonado, Darmok found himself struggling to survive. Then he met Orion the Creator, a Tyrannosaurus Rex who also suffered a similar tragedy with his family in the claws of Moros. The 2 quickly bonded and became very close friends. When they grew older, the duo founded a line called the Prehistoric Godline, where they would take in other dinosaurs with tragic backstories and keep them safe. While Orion was friendly to those he took in and was happy to share the power, Darmok, on the other hand, became power-hungry and wanted all the power as well as the Godline to himself. Orion could see the evil in his friend's heart, and the 2 had an epic fight. The battle shook the universe and seemed to last for hours. Eventually, Orion overpowered Darmok and banished him from the Godline. Outraged, Darmok swore revenge on the entire Godline and created a line of his own in spite of Orion, called the Prehistoric Devil Line. Billions of years pass, and both Darmok and Orion start families. Orion married a female T-Rex, and they had a son together named Orion Tyrannos II. Their son would later succeed Orion after he retired from Godline duties. Meanwhile, at the Devil Line, Darmok met a female Giganotosaurus named Empress Shram. They got married and had 2 children together, a son named Darmok Andrew Gigonado Jr. and a daughter named Gianna Marie Gigonado, securing the Gigonado name for 1 more generation. Darmok would train his son to one day dethrone Orion's son and become the new king of the Prehistoric Godline. Darmok Jr. initially got a Godline job as Orion II, second in command, and attempted to dethrone him like Darmok wished. However, Darmok's plan failed when his son was defeated on 3 separate occasions by a blue Giganotosaurus named Jason Shearan, the son of very powerful deities known as Gordon and Regina Shearan. The first time Jay fought Lord Gigonado was on May 19, 2024, when Jay bit part of Lord Gigonado's tail off before turning his own minions against him. The second time was on November 15, 2024, when Lord Gigonado returned after having a healing factor and he wanted revenge on Jay. After a tough battle, Jay is victorious and Lord Gigonado retreats. The third time around was on January 15, 2025, when Lord Gigonado struck yet again, but this time kidnaps Jay in order to kill him once and for all. But he is once again defeated by the combined efforts of Jay and his 2 kids, Jay Jr. and Gina. Darmok Sr. would then take matters into his own hands and send villain after villain to try and bring Jay down, including Project Claw, Indovectus, and Emperor Draken, until Darmok eventually faced Jay himself. At one point, Darmok tried to send an entity called the Karcha That Smiles to kill Jay, but the Giga That Smiles, who would later become Dylan, intervened. Dylan at one point dated Gianna, but didn't like the relationship at all. Both of Darmok's offspring would go on to have kids of their own when they grew up. Darmok Jr. met Caroline Carolini, a female Giganotosaurus dealing with a cannibalism problem that was taken in by Empress Shram, who promised to lift the curse on the condition that she married her son. Caroline agreed, and she and Darmok Jr. had 2 children of their own, Darmok Andrew Gigonado III and Damien Michael Gigonado. Caroline would later forfeit the deal when she grew bored of her life and had an affair with another Giganotosaurus named Stephen, and she had a daughter with him named Verna, who would later become Jay's wife. When Empress Shearan found out about this, she put the curse back on Caroline and made it 10 times worse. Meanwhile, Gianna would have a daughter with an unknown spouse named Brittany Louise Swift. Gianna would grow a rivalry towards Caroline's daughter, Verna, claiming that it's her fault that Caroline cheated. Like her brother, Gianna would be defeated on 3 separate occasions as well. The first 2 times by Verna, with the second time having help from Andrew, and the third and final time by Verna's daughter Gina, as well as Casanova and Olivia, where she finally fell to her death in a pit of liquefied uranium. Darmok Sr. was finally defeated for good on March 29, 2025, when Jay defeated him with the power of the Celestials against Darmok's power of the Demonics. And to add insult to injury, Darmok's own son betrayed him and sacrificed himself to save the universe after he planned to destroy it. Both the father and son fell in a pool of liquefied uranium, suffering the same fate as Gianna. 2 months later, on May 26, 2025, Empress Shearan would make her grand return and try to finish what Darmok started until she was defeated by the combined efforts of Victoria, Verna, and Caroline. Shearan had previously fought Victoria and her husband Theodore when the 2 of them tried to bring down Darmok once and for all millions of years prior. After Shearan was defeated, Caroline was permanently freed from her cannibalistic curse and is finally at peace, managing to reconcile with her daughter Verna and meeting all 3 of her grandchildren. However, it is revealed that Shearan also has a healing factor and may return one day. As of June 2025, Darmok's grandson Andrew, the last known existing Gigonado, vows to put an end to the dreaded Gigonado legacy and to start his own legacy on his own terms. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. It would really help out a ton. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.